Got an interesting one here today. As you can tell by the title, we're putting stuff on a Kia. Now, these aren't exactly my forte, haha, but we're gonna do some stuff anyway. A lot of it's kind of maintenance repair work, but we are putting coilovers on this, so I figured this would be a good video to show that we do work on things other than Nissans and pseudo Nissans here. So I'm gonna get this thing in the air, pop the wheels off it, and then show you what we're putting on. All right, so we are doing both front half shafts, some front brake pads, sway bar links, and of course some DC racing coilovers. It's getting the axles because the car has a shake to it at certain speeds, and when it's accelerating, diagnosed it, and it's not brakes. I'll explain those in a second. It's not brakes. The tires, I was doing it before the new tires, and it had new tires put on it. So the brakes, it had new brakes done, and the issue's still there. So that kind of just leaves what we got. Brake pads, you'll see there's no rotors. The brakes are basically brand new. They just get put on, like they're still scuffing in some places. I don't usually advise pad slapping, but whoever did the brake job on this used some really crappy pads, like the super cheapo ones, and they make all kinds of noises, and they're extremely dusty, as you can tell. We're gonna just put some nice Z17 ceramic pads on there. These are my go-to pad. I love these on a daily driven car. They're good for some light track use or autocross too. Sway bar links are because we live in New England. So the odds of this sway bar link coming out in one piece are like slim to none. So we're gonna need to probably replace those when we do the coilovers. I'm going to try to save those, but it's not always possible. So I'd rather have these and be ready for it. And then coilovers because low. I mean, come on. This thing has a muffler delete on it, and I hate to say this because, you know, it's a Kia, but this thing sounds so good. This is one of the better sounding 4-cylinder cars that's come through here in a while. This is the turbo one, so it's the GT, I think they call it. It's the same engine and transmission as the Veloster in the Hyundai, from my understanding. So there's mod potential here. A little tiny ass intercooler. I've already looked over this thing. Plenty of room for upgrades. So I'm gonna try to talk her into doing that stuff next, but this stuff first. So order of operations here, we're gonna do axles first, then coilovers, and then brake pads. That's how we're gonna do this. To do the axles, I gotta take a lot of stuff off. I gotta do the coilovers anyway, so we'll get those done. And then the pads, no sense in putting the brand new pads on there. They're gonna get moved around and all that crap while we do the coilovers. So we'll throw the coilovers in, and then we can do our pads. So what's nice about this car, most cars you have to access the rear strut bolts through the trunk. Ta friggin' da. That is fantastic that they are right there. Kind of sucks that it's got, you know, that kind of coil spring on it, but we will make do. All right, so we got the axles out. This side, super easy, half shaft, slides right out. Other side, bit of a pain in the butt. Comes out like most other front wheel drive axles. Problem is they don't give you any room to get in there. So 2 pry bars. Ended up having to use one that was a bit straighter than the other, but eventually got it out. So we're gonna leave those out so that we have more room to operate in here. And also, the sway bar links came off. It's nice working in a car that's not almost, you know, 15 years old. So now we gotta undo the bolts that hold this up and then do the stuff in the rear. But before we do that, we're gonna open these coilers up, verify that they're the right ones, make sure things look like they're gonna fit, and then we will put them on. Good thing I just checked that because this is for the wrong year key. I didn't look at the sticker on the side, but they sent me some for the previous generation Forte. So that's awesome. Now I gotta go deal with that. When you order the coilovers, it says Kia 14 Plus Forte with no end year. Apparently, that's supposed to say 18 because it doesn't. So that's fun. It's the weekend, so I can't even get a hold of BC to find out what the hell's going on. They have a part number listed for this, so I'm not sure why we're getting the wrong ones here. So I don't know exactly what's going on. I have a backup plan for in case for some reason they can't get me them. Like, these took a while to ship out, which I found a little weird because I ordered some for a Juke that are going to be here today, and I ordered those 4 days ago. These took almost 2 weeks to get here, or a week and a half, which was a little weird. So I'm thinking maybe something's going on over there. I have a backup plan. So the Hyundai Elantra of this year uses basically the same suspension setup. So the part numbers for the quick struts for the Elantra in this are the same. So we know the fronts are identical. The rears, the spring is the same part number and this is the same part number. The orientation is just different. So this strut is actually behind all of this because they use a torsion beam suspension, but it's the same one, which means it's the same length, and the top mounting system should be similar. So what I'm going to do is, if for some reason they can't get me the right Kia Forte ones, is we'll just get the Elantra ones, because the Elantra is basically the same car. It's basically that chassis. So if they can't get me the right year Kia ones for whatever reason, we'll get the Elantra ones, and then it's just a matter of transferring over that mounting bracket to those struts. It's just one bolt that holds that on there, so it's not, you know, rocket science. The fronts are the biggest deal. As long as those fit, I can make the rears work. You know, I have CNC machines, so if I have to cut something up, then I'll cut something up, because I just want to get this working for her, because she's been looking forward to coilovers for quite a while now, from what I'm told. So I want to get her rocking and rolling. All right, we are several weeks later. BC ended up not having the coilovers for this, so we ended up having to go to a company called Yellow Speed Racing. They had pretty decent reviews. The cost is the same as the BCs. From what I can tell, quality is just the same. Obviously, I can't tell what the seals are going to do, but these appear to be the correct coilovers for this car. So I'm going to go ahead and redo a lot of the work that I already did. So you can see she got new wheels in preparation for this. So I'm going to go ahead and rip all the suspension off. I'm going to put the coilovers on. If you want to see a video of coilovers getting put on, there's a bazillion of them. We're just gonna see what it looks like. She has asked me to go to the lowest it can go. Her and her husband are like the same person. So let me get to that. Okay, so if anybody watched the Unhinged BC video for the Juke for Phil's car, which is this woman's husband, I said that was low. That's really low, and it's not even loaded. In the rear here, that's also incredibly low. Obviously, you can see that's a bit of a difference in clearance up here. I actually had to make custom little aluminum pieces. So the struts bolt into the factory, like bushing, and then they actually want to have you put most of the strut below it and then thread the nut on, and they provide a steel spacer for that. I actually did that, and it wasn't gonna be short enough for how low the spring could go. So I made my own aluminum spacer to put above, and then you thread the nut down onto that, and that got the height somewhat right. I have a feeling we're gonna have to raise the fronts up a little bit. I'm gonna try to lower it down right now. I might actually have to lower it onto some blocks, because I think that this is gonna be so low I'm not gonna be able to get off my lift, but let's find out. So I have 2x4s under it. And it's still too low, my lift won't come out from under it. Okay. Oh boy. All right, now I have like 1.5 inch thick pieces of aluminum on top of 2x4s, and that was just barely enough. I'm thinking the compression ratio for the springs in the back is different, which is why it looked like it was sitting higher, because now at full low, that is matching that, and it's like that all the way around. It's gonna need the fenders rolled, which I am not doing, but all right, let's try to get it off the lift now. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to get it off these blocks. All right, so it's evenly low, but back here is rubbing. The fenders need to be rolled if we're gonna keep it at this height. I wouldn't even drive it down the street like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna park it for now so I can get the next car in, and either somebody can come roll the fenders or I can adjust it up a little bit.
Like and subscribe, guys.